My nail cracked in 2 spots, basically hanging on by a thread, so I'm completely cutting it off and leaving it alone as a little nub. Just kidding, let's fix it. In previous videos, I showed other ways to fix cracks by not cutting off the nail completely, but today I'm fully extending the nails with upper forms. Similar to gel extension tips, I'm measuring the form, making sure it fits sidewall to sidewall and leaving a large enough gap from the cuticle area. Then I disperse the polygel on the form, making it thicker on top because that'll be our apex and thinner at the free edge. On a fully prepped nail, including base coat applied, stick the form on with enough space from the cuticle and flash cure to seal that in. Then disperse the polygel underneath the form for a smooth transition. Make sure to fully cure that, remove the form, and start filing that step you see in the cuticle area. I'm close to the cuticle because you won't be able to blend the product well into the natural nail. If you see that you may need more product, feel free to add it, even sometimes I mismeasure. After you've shaped, don't forget to file underneath the nail. This step is super important to getting the nails to look as natural as possible. After I finish filing, I like removing the excess dead skin I left it before at the very end for a cleaner look. Never let a man tell you that you don't know how to use a power tool, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to use a nail drill, the best power tool. To use the drill, you'll need a nail bit, many to choose from. Insert the bit into the handpiece and make sure the length of the handpiece to the top of the bit doesn't exceed the width of your fingertips. Go ahead and turn the power switch on and turn the other switch to F, which means forward direction. If you're using your right hand to work on your left, going from right to left or from top to bottom, you need to be in forward. Switch to reverse to do the opposite left to right motion. Now each bit has to be used at different speeds. A removable bit like this one is used at 25 to 30,000 RPM in forward if you're using your right hand, and reverse if you're using your left. Flame bits are used at 7 to 15,000 RPM, same forward and reverse rules apply. In reverse, you can also flip the dead skin up like I'm doing here. And the ball bit, or any type of exfoliating bit, is used at 5,000 to 7,000 RPM. Lastly, the only clean bit is used at 5,000 to 10,000 RPM. Here I'm working on my right hand with my left in reverse from left to right because it's my opposite hand. I hope this all makes sense. Louisa is back. She's actually been back and I haven't had time to post this previous set, which I actually loved doing on her. I know I suck. I've been behind on these updates, but I'm trying to stay on top of them, and Chelsea is next, I promise. Louisa came to this appointment wanting something springy, and I was excited. The whole hearts to flower transition is my favorite. She also wanted something fresh because she's finally able to go on vacation. This is her first quote-unquote vacation since she came to the US, and I said quote-unquote because it's not really a vacation. The first opportunity she has to go somewhere, it's to visit her family in Portugal. And honestly, I'm so happy for her. I feel like I'm going through her life with her in a way, because all of these amazing changes started happening while she was coming in for appointments. It's just cool to watch people grow literally in front of your eyes. Another reason why I love doing this, the interaction, the connections you build, these people become part of your life. Your nails don't last because you're doing nail prep wrong. I know you've heard that one before, and I know your frustration. I was a beginner once too, so today I'm showing you exactly what prep I do to get the gel to last and help my natural nails grow. How you remove the previous product directly affects your nail prep. During removal, you want to make sure to remove the bulk of the product and only leave 10% of the previous gel on the nail. If you don't, you'll see excess product during nail prep and have to file it off with a hand file. This is done to prevent unevenness when applying the gel, so all steps lead to one another. It's like a domino effect. I consider filing the nail shape the first part of nail prep, and this is crucial for length aesthetic. What I mean is your index and ring finger should be the same length. Your middle finger should be slightly longer than both. The pinky is the shortest, as well as the thumb. This is especially important to follow if you have some length. Not only will it make your nails look beautiful, but also your hands. After you shaped, you want to buff the nails to make them smooth after all of that filing. And now for my favorite part, cuticle prep. I know everyone does it differently, but using a pusher is key in any way you do it. Hold the pusher at a 45-degree angle, and we push the skin to reveal the dead cuticle on the nail plate, which I'm removing with a drill and flame bit. The purpose of this is to also lift the skin that we later remove. These steps all contribute to the clean nail aesthetic, because no matter how beautifully you apply your gel, if the cuticle prep isn't there, your nails will not look put together. After you finish prep, make sure to cleanse all the nails with rubbing alcohol. I also use it as a dehydrator. Once that's done, apply a non-acid primer, which helps with adhesion, and apply it twice if you have to, especially if you experience lifting. Now you're ready for application. Who knows, maybe I'll even cut them all off and show you how to grow them from scratch. I did it, so I decided to cut my nails on my dominant hand first, since that's the hand I don't touch for months at a time, and I can really show you the growth and maintenance from scratch. After removing the previous gel, this is what I was left with. They got super long, and for reference, these were my nails last month. Here we go. It was painful to cut these off because I think it was about 4 months of growth, maybe more, but they'll grow back and I'll make videos every step of the way. I also couldn't cut them shorter because of my overgrown hyponychiums. Once they were all cut and filed, I did my cuticle prep with a safe bit to prevent damage and got them ready for application. Even though my nails are short, I'm still doing my usual gel overlay. I left about 10% of the previous base on my nails, and now I'm going in with a colored rubber base, which is really all you need if you want a quick and easy manicure. I'm pillowing down the base, building the apex, and flipping the nail to get rid of any bumps or unevenness. This is what makes your nails last, correct application. I'll be honest, I didn't even use a top coat. All you need is one product and they'll stay looking great. Stay tuned. I decided to cut them off and film how I grow them, but before I do that, here are 3 ways that I maintain them since people still think they're fake. Number 1, file your nails from all angles, especially the bottom. If you file from the bottom up, you can prevent chipping. Number 2, please don't cut off the length of your entire nail if you have one break or crack. There are easy ways to fix it, like with polygel, and I will teach you, I promise. Just keep watching this series. Number 3, you need to use the correct rubber base. There are different options for different types of nails. For example, this is a fiber base which contains little pieces of fiberglass for better adhesion. Really good for weak or brittle nails. And you want to apply it in an overlay technique, first a slip layer, then a thicker drop which you use to build the apex and even out the nail structure. Bonus tip, always leave space from the cuticle when applying the base like I am here. If you try to apply it too close, any leftover dust or skin from cuticle prep can lead to flooding. And here is the base applied. You can check its evenness in your lamp. I honestly love wearing them natural like this, and they stay strong and grow out till my next refill. It's giving clean girl aesthetic. These male clients have no shame sometimes. This one came straight from the gym stinking up my whole place and trying to flex, then started touching my stuff, smelling it, and not letting me do my job. He was embarrassed of his nails and wanted to clean them himself, like, sir, it's too late, you're here now. The crust was just crusting. He started profusely sweating midway, and then I started feeling bad because he said he had hyperhidrosis. I put some baby powder to help remove the moisture, also applied it on his cuticles to help with the dry manicure. When the cuticles and nails are too moist, it's impossible to clean or exfoliate with a nail bit. You can see the baby powder did work for a little, enough for me to remove all the dead skin, but then I started feeling some moisture. He just kept sweating and he got a little embarrassed, so instead of working against it, I worked with it. To exfoliate, instead of doing it dry, I applied a cuticle oil and used a ball bit on top of that. It actually worked better than expected. These are how they came out, and when he left, I sprayed some Febreze. I've been maintaining my long natural nails for months now. Let me show you exactly what I do every 4 to 5 weeks to keep them strong. I apply a gel overlay on my nails, and every month or so the gel grows out and needs to be refilled or rebalanced, which is a new term I've been hearing. You do this by first removing the bulk of the previous application, leaving only about 10% of it still on the nail. In order for the gel to last on your nails, cuticle prep is super important. You need to make sure there's no dead skin on or around your nail plate that can cause lifting. Once my nails start to grow longer, I start switching the products I use because every gel has a different function and durability. For longer nails like these, flexibility is no longer recommended, so I use a builder gel as it's a harder material and will keep the nails long and sturdy. I have different phases with my nails. Sometimes I'll keep them super clean with no design. Other times I'll go all out EDM festival vibes like this. Depends on the mood. But that's what's great about learning how to do your own nails. You have the freedom to experiment and try drawing whatever you want. Back to the overlay, and the most important takeaway from this video is that the reason you can't keep the gel on your nails for longer than 4 to 5 weeks is because the apex of your nail stays in the same place while the previous application grows, making the bulk of the product now in your nail's point of growth area. This can cause lifting, breakage, cracks, you name it. This client is missing a small corner to her nail. It's nothing major, but it's also not something that can be filed down to fix, and making her nail more narrow won't go well with the width of her nail bed. This is a super easy fix with gel jelly. It's a thicker gel that is very moldable and is perfect for adding some volume to a missing corner. You can layer it on as much as you like, especially if you cure each layer. All that's left is to file down the product from above and underneath and then apply your base overlay like you typically would. It's very natural looking, and I find it much easier to use than polygel for these small fixes. You know when sometimes everything just goes wrong during an appointment? This was one of those cases for me, and nail techs, I'm sure you can relate. So Louisa came in for her appointment finally. I feel like I haven't seen her in 2 months. She came in with a cut on one of her ring fingers, which I didn't think much of. I started doing her cuticle work very gently as always, and her ring finger just started bleeding, not gushing, but enough where I was horrified. Couldn't film it obviously, but she was so understanding and said that that cut was fresh and she should have warned me. We finally got past that. Then one of the lights I used fell on my tripod, breaking it, and I had to film some clips using my other hand. But otherwise, it was so nice catching up with her. She came back from visiting her family in Portugal and said it was amazing to finally travel and having the means to do so. I love seeing these hands in my chair. Half a year later, she's back. If you don't know already, this client comes to me for special occasions because she usually does her own nails at home as it's therapeutic for her. She also has arthritis and can never do any cuticle work herself because her hands shake and she unintentionally pricks herself or cuts too deep. As you can see, her skin sticks to her nail plate, so when she does her own nails and applies the polish, her nails look grown out. Today I tried out a new product, one that requires an LED lamp, and I asked her to decorate it. Watch till the end to see why, but basically it's a quick dry nail system, so no need to air dry. She was shocked by it. And of course she brought her favorite nail polish to apply on top of the pink, which I forgot to film. But during the whole process she told me she always smudges her nails when she does them because she forgets and accidentally touches something. So I decided to gift her the whole kit. Honestly, I knew it would be perfect for her even before she made the appointment. I showed her how to remove it, which takes less than a minute, packed up this cute pouch, and of course the lamp. This is why I asked her to decorate it, because it's hers now. Many of you told me not to cut my nails to prove the internet anything, but I did anyway to show you how I grow them. It's been a month, so here's an update. My nails did have some wear and tear, and this can be caused by a few things. The first is the quality of the product. This was a sample because I test everything before selling it, and clearly it wasn't the best. Another reason is because I chose a square shape, and because my nails tend to curve inward as they grow, a square is more likely to chip on the corners, which is why today I'm switching to almond, and this is where my nails start to flourish. Switch to any rounded shape if you have problems with retention. You'll thank me later. Every month or so I do a refill, and the key is to leave some of the previous rubber base I applied last month on the nail. This helps the natural nails keep their strength, 1, because your bit does not get close to the nail, and 2, because you're not constantly soaking in acetone, which is known to make your nails weaker over time. You'll see that as my nails grow, I start switching up the products because different gels have different functionality. Oh yeah, this base was a fail. If you see this happening, just toss the product. But for short nails like this, a rubber base is necessary due to its flexibility. At this length, you need your base to bend with your nail to not cause breakage. Being that this is my dominant hand, any nail art is difficult for me, but I drew on some shaky French and figured I can't screw up flowers with blooming gel. My goal was to draw 5 dots, the gel does the rest, and it turned out quite nice. If you want a dominant hand-friendly design, this is it, minus the French obviously. I shall be back in a month for an update, and I'm confident that you won't see any peeled gel, cracks, or chips. Chelsea called me 2 weeks after her appointment in a panic, saying her nail split in half while playing tennis. She plays to de-stress sometimes. This happened to be on my day off, but I told her to rush on over because we accommodate here. So on the surface it looks like only the builder gel cracked, but after removing the gel you can clearly see the nail full on cracked diagonally. This can happen with severe nail trauma, and honestly the builder gel saved her. I am fixing it with polygel, my favorite product for situations like this. I call it concrete for your nails. Applying that generously on the entire nail, then filing the natural nail from underneath. This is key because we need the polygel to act like the natural nail now. After that, it's safe to file. There's no longer any pain, crack, be gone. And now I'm strengthening her nails with the same color builder she had on previously. This was a quick fix to last her another 2 weeks, so the nail needed additional strength. Bottom line, protect your nails, they're your investment, but also don't let the length of your nails dictate what you can and cannot do. Like, do your thing, Chelsea slays always.